History is marked by tragedies, some remembered, many forgotten. Beneath the headlines and memorials, countless disasters remain hidden, their stories lost or silenced. Today we journey into these overlooked catastrophes, tales of immense loss, resilience and warning. By shedding light on these events, we honor the lives lost and learn vital lessons for our future. Prepare to discover 10 of the deadliest disasters you've likely never heard of, each a story demanding to be told. In 1975, Henan Province, China, the Banqiao Dam, once a symbol of security, became the epicenter of disaster. Typhoon Nina unleashed relentless rain, overwhelming the dam and its network. Warnings were late or lost in chaos. The so-called Iron Dam began to crack. In the dead of night, the dam disintegrated, releasing a wall of water that obliterated entire towns. The immediate flood killed tens of thousands. Disease and famine followed, raising the death toll to an estimated 240,000. For years, the tragedy was hidden from the world, its scale suppressed by authorities. The disaster was not just structural, it was a failure of transparency and preparedness. The Banqiao collapse is a chilling reminder. Nature's power, combined with human error and silence, can be catastrophic. The scars remain, a testament to the cost of ignoring warnings and underestimating risk. The world only learned the full truth decades later. This disaster reshaped dam safety protocols in China. Survivors still remember the night the river reclaimed the land. The Banqiao Dam stands as a warning. Never underestimate the forces we seek to control. Its legacy is a call for vigilance and honesty in the face of danger. December 6, 1917. Halifax, Nova Scotia. Two ships collided in the harbour, one loaded with explosives. A fire broke out, drawing crowds unaware of the danger. At 9:04 a.m., the SS Mont Blanc exploded, the largest man-made blast before the atomic age. The shockwave flattened buildings, a tsunami surged through the city and shrapnel rained down. Nearly 2,000 people died instantly, over 9,000 were injured. An entire district was wiped out and the city was plunged into chaos. Rescue efforts were hampered by a blizzard the next day. The explosion's force was equivalent to nearly 3 kilotons of TNT. Halifax's tragedy led to new safety regulations and forged a lasting bond with Boston, whose aid was swift and generous. The city rebuilt, but the memory of that morning endures. The Halifax explosion remains a stark lesson in the dangers of wartime logistics. It stands as a reminder of how quickly ordinary life can be shattered. Halifax's resilience became part of its identity. In 1976, Tangshan, China, was struck by a 7.6 magnitude earthquake before dawn. The city, home to over 1 million, was flattened in seconds. Most buildings collapsed, trapping thousands. Survivors faced chaos, aftershocks, and a desperate search for loved ones. Officially, over 240,000 died, but some estimates are much higher. The disaster's true scale was hidden for years, compounded by political turmoil and delayed aid. Tangshan's tragedy led to major changes in China's building codes and disaster response. The city was rebuilt, but the loss remains immeasurable. The earthquake is a brutal reminder of nature's unpredictability and the need for preparedness. Tangshan stands as a monument to both devastation and resilience. Its story was nearly lost to silence. Today it's a lesson in the cost of underestimating risk. Texas City, 1947, a fire aboard the SS Grand Camp, loaded with ammonium nitrate, sparked disaster. Efforts to contain the fire failed at 9:12 a.m. The ship exploded. The blast obliterated the docks, ignited refineries, and triggered secondary explosions. A tidal wave swept inland and shrapnel rained down for miles. Over 580 people died, including nearly the entire fire department. Thousands were injured. The disaster was preventable, rooted in poor understanding and regulation of hazardous materials. Texas City's tragedy led to new safety laws and the first class action lawsuit against the US government. The fires burned for days, leaving the city in ruins. The event remains one of America's worst industrial accidents. It's a somber warning about the dangers of complacency and inadequate safety. Texas City rebuilt, but the memory of 1947 endures. The lessons learned shaped future industrial safety. The city's resilience is a testament to its people. In December 1952, London was enveloped by a deadly smog, a toxic mix of coal smoke and stagnant air. The city ground to a halt, visibility dropped to inches, and daily life became perilous. Hospitals overflowed with patients suffering from respiratory distress. The smog lasted 5 days, but its effects lingered for months. Initial reports cited 4,000 deaths, but later studies revealed at least 12,000 fatalities. Tens of thousands more suffered long-term health problems. The Great Smog was a silent killer, exposing the lethal consequences of unchecked pollution. Public outrage led to the Clean Air Act of 1956, transforming environmental policy. London's skies eventually cleared, but the event remains a pivotal moment in environmental history. The smog's legacy is a cleaner, more vigilant city. It's a stark reminder: environmental neglect can be as deadly as any disaster. The Great Smog changed how the world views air quality. In 1984, Bhopal, India, became the site of the world's worst industrial disaster. A pesticide plant leaked 40 tons of toxic gas into the night, silently engulfing the city. Safety systems failed. Alarms were silenced to avoid panic. Thousands awoke, choking, blinded, and dying as the gas spread. At least 3,800 died within days. The long-term toll exceeded 15,000. Over 500,000 suffered chronic health problems. The tragedy exposed glaring failures in industrial safety and corporate accountability. Compensation was inadequate, and legal battles dragged on for decades. The site remains contaminated, a haunting reminder of negligence. Bhopal stands as a warning: human lives must never be secondary to profit. The fight for justice continues to this day. In 869 AD, a massive earthquake struck Japan's Sanriku coast, triggering a devastating tsunami. Ancient chronicles describe the sea receding, then surging inland, destroying villages and flooding the castle town of Tagajo. The death toll is uncertain. Records mention about 1,000, but the true number was likely higher. Geological evidence shows the tsunami's reach was vast, leaving sand deposits miles inland. The Jogan event mirrors the 2011 Tohoku disaster, revealing a recurring seismic threat. Its rediscovery has shaped modern disaster planning and coastal defenses. The tsunami's story, once nearly forgotten, now informs Japan's preparedness. History's warnings are written in the land itself. The Jogan tsunami is a reminder. The past can predict the future. Ancient disasters still hold vital lessons for today. In 1963, Italy's Vajont Dam became the site of a unique catastrophe, not from dam failure, but from a collapsing mountain. A massive landslide plunged into the reservoir, displacing water and creating a wave over 250 meters high. The wave overtopped the dam, obliterating towns below in minutes. Nearly 2,000 people died. Entire communities vanished. Warnings about the mountain's instability were ignored in the rush to complete the project. The dam itself survived, but its strength was irrelevant to the disaster. The Vajont tragedy exposed the dangers of ignoring geological risks. Trials followed, but justice felt elusive for survivors. The dam stands empty, a monument to hubris and loss. The disaster reshaped attitudes toward engineering and risk. Vajont's lesson: nature's warnings must never be dismissed. Its silence is a powerful reminder of the cost of oversight. In 1979, the Makchu Second Dam near Morvi, India failed after relentless monsoon rains. The earthen dam's spillway was overwhelmed. A massive breach unleashed a wall of water. Morvi and nearby villages were engulfed within minutes. Homes, businesses and lives swept away. Officially, around 1,800 died, but some estimates reached 25,000. The true toll may never be known, lost in the chaos. The disaster exposed flaws in dam design and emergency planning. It highlighted the vulnerability of earthen dams to extreme weather. Morvi's tragedy led to calls for better safety inspections and warning systems. The town was rebuilt, but the memory of that day endures. The flood's devastation reshaped local policy and awareness. Morvi stands as a warning about the power of water and the need for vigilance. Its story is a call for constant improvement in safety. In 1970, a massive earthquake triggered a deadly avalanche from Peru's Huascaran mountain. A glacier and millions of tons of rock broke free, hurtling down at over 300 kilometers per h. The avalanche buried the town of Yungay in minutes. Over 20,000 lives lost. Only a few survived by reaching higher ground. The total disaster toll, including the earthquake, reached 70,000. The event was almost instantaneous. Escape was nearly impossible. Yungay was left as a national cemetery, a memorial to those entombed. The tragedy underscored the dangers of living near unstable peaks in seismic zones. A new town was built, but the old Yungay remains a silent warning. Huascaran's avalanche is a stark reminder of nature's sudden fury. Its lesson: respect the mountains and never underestimate their power. These stories are more than statistics, they're human lives, lost and forever changed. By remembering these forgotten tragedies, we honor the victims and learn crucial lessons for the future. History's overlooked disasters remind us of our shared vulnerability and resilience. Let's carry these lessons forward, striving for a safer, more compassionate world. Share your thoughts below and subscribe for more untold stories from history.